Baal!
In the beginning, there was only the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells. The high heavens, inhabited by the angels, were beings of order and law, while the burning hells were home to the demons, agents of chaos and violence, birthed from the World Stone, a nexus of all worlds, realms, and dimensions. They were locked in a never-ending struggle to dominate the universe. Within the burning hells, there were three brothers, the prime evils, who held dominion over the lesser evils and commanded the demonic legions. The eldest of the brothers, Mephisto, was the lord of hatred. The middle brother, Diablo, was the lord of terror. And the youngest, Baal, was the lord of destruction. Together, they formed the triumvirate that ruled hell, and their combined wrath and power were unmatched. Baal was born from the essence of the World Stone, a fragment of its power that festered and twisted in the chaos of the burning hells. As he grew, he absorbed the chaotic energies that surrounded him, becoming a force of destruction that sought only to lay waste to all that stood before him. His name became synonymous with annihilation, and the very mention of it sent shivers down the spines of even the most fearsome demons. Baal's rise to power in hell was swift and brutal. Unlike his elder brothers, Baal did not rely on cunning or manipulation to ascend the ranks of the demon hierarchy. Instead, he utilized his raw power to obliterate any opposition, leaving ruin and devastation in his wake. It was not long before the other prime evils, Mephisto and Diablo, recognized the potential of their siblings' destructive prowess, and together they formed a pact that would forever bind their fates and determine the course of the eternal conflict. Baal's powers are as varied as they are deadly, but all of them are centered around one purpose: to destroy. His mastery over the elements allows him to summon firestorms, ice, and lightning to rend the earth asunder, while his control over the forces of destruction enables him to annihilate the very fabric of reality itself. However, Baal's most terrifying ability is perhaps his power to corrupt. With a mere touch, he can infuse his essence into living beings and objects, twisting and deforming them into grotesque abominations that serve his destructive whims. This corrupting influence has been responsible for the fall of countless heroes and civilizations, as Baal's touch spreads like a plague, leaving only death and ruin in its wake. Baal's motivations are simple. He is driven by an insatiable hunger for destruction. This hunger consumes him, pushing him to constantly seek new ways to annihilate all that exists. However, his ultimate goal is not merely the destruction of the physical world, but the complete and utter annihilation of the high heavens and the triumph of the burning hells in the eternal conflict. To achieve this, Baal has sought to tip the scales of the eternal conflict in hell's favor by corrupting the World Stone, the very source of creation itself. By tainting the World Stone with his essence, Baal hopes to unleash an unstoppable tide of destruction that will sweep across the cosmos, leaving nothing but chaos and ruin in its wake. The Sin War was a monumental event in the history of the Diablo universe, a secret war waged between the angels and demons for the control of Sanctuary, a world created by renegade angels and demons who sought to escape the eternal conflict. Recognizing the potential of the humans who inhabited Sanctuary, both the high heavens and the burning hells sought to manipulate and control them, using them as pawns in their never-ending war. Baal, ever hungry for destruction, saw Sanctuary as an opportunity to sow chaos and tear apart the delicate balance between the high heavens and the burning hells. He assisted his brothers in their efforts to corrupt the humans, using his powers to twist their souls and turn them against each other. The Sin War raged on, and as the humans became more and more powerful, the prime evils saw their chance to tip the scales of the eternal conflict in their favor. Despite their initial successes in the Sin War, the prime evils were eventually betrayed by the lesser evils, who saw their brethren's obsession with humanity as a distraction from the true goal of the eternal conflict. Led by Asmodan and Belial, the lesser evils rose up against their masters in a brutal and bloody revolt that would become known as the Dark Exile. Baal, alongside his brothers, was cast out of the burning hells and banished to the mortal realm of Sanctuary. Weakened and vulnerable, the prime evils were forced to go into hiding, biding their time and nursing their wounds as they plotted their eventual return to power. As the prime evils roamed the mortal realm, their presence did not go unnoticed by the high heavens. In an effort to contain the threat posed by the exiled lords of hell, the archangel Tyrael, acting on behalf of the Angerous Council, created 3 mystical soulstones. Imbued with the power to imprison the essence of the prime evils, Tyrael entrusted these stones to a group of mortal mages known as the Horadrim. Under Tyrael's guidance, the Horadrim embarked on a desperate quest to hunt down and imprison the prime evils within the soulstones. After many trials and tribulations, the Horadrim were successful in their mission, capturing Mephisto, Diablo, and finally Baal. Baal's capture proved to be the most challenging of the 3, as his immense power and the corrupting influence of his essence threatened to overwhelm the Horadrim at every turn. At long last, the Horadrim managed to imprison Baal within his soulstone, but not before he had corrupted the artifact with his touch, planting the seeds of destruction within the very object meant to contain him. Centuries passed, and the prime evils lay dormant within their soulstones, forgotten by the world. However, the seeds of corruption sown by Baal began to take root, and the soulstones gradually weakened, allowing the prime evils to exert their influence on the mortal realm once more. The first to awaken was Diablo, who managed to free himself from his soulstone and began to sow terror in the kingdom of conjurers. His rampage was eventually stopped by a lone hero who ventured into the depths of the Tristram Cathedral and defeated the Lord of Terror, seemingly bringing an end to the threat. However, the other prime evils soon followed in Diablo's footsteps. Mephisto, imprisoned in the city of Curas, corrupted the Zakharim priesthood and unleashed the full power of his hatred upon the surrounding lands. Meanwhile, Baal, his essence still bound within the corrupted soulstone, was freed by his most devoted servant, the dark sorcerer Nilithak. Reunited with his brothers, Baal set his sights on the World Stone, seeking to corrupt it and unleash a wave of destruction that would engulf the cosmos. To achieve this, he needed to reach Mount Uri, the sacred peak where the World Stone was hidden. In his quest to reach the World Stone, Baal laid waste to the lands surrounding Mount Uri, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. He battled the mighty barbarian tribes who guarded the sacred mountain, as well as the heroes who sought to stop him, but nothing could stand against the Lord of Destruction's might. Finally, Baal reached the World Stone chamber and began the process of corrupting the artifact with his essence. As the heroes of Sanctuary raced against time to stop him, Baal's influence seeped into the World Stone, tainting it with the essence of destruction. In the end, the heroes were able to defeat Baal in a titanic battle, shattering his soulstone and seemingly banishing the Lord of Destruction forever. However, the damage had been done. The World Stone was irrevocably corrupted, and Tyrael was forced to destroy it to prevent the catastrophic consequences of its corruption from coming to pass. With the World Stone destroyed, the future of Sanctuary was forever changed. The consequences of Baal's actions reverberated throughout the realms, and the delicate balance between the high heavens and the burning hells was once again thrown into chaos. Although the Lord of Destruction was defeated, his influence can still be felt in the Diablo universe. The memory of his terrifying power serves as a chilling reminder of the destructive potential that lies within all beings, and the ever-present threat of the eternal conflict between heaven and hell. Baal's legacy lives on, a testament to the insatiable hunger for destruction that drives the burning hells and the eternal struggle between order and chaos, a struggle that will continue to define the fate of the universe for untold eons to come.